Hi and welcome to this Pegani deck review. Today I will give you a look on the Revolution playing cards by Murphy's Magic. These cards are very special, so let's have a look. So, the Revolution playing cards. Let's start off by having a look at the tuck case for this one. I've brought an unopened deck here just because I want to show you all the features and the tuck seal in particular. This tuck case is in a very nice finish. It's a thick cardboard and it has some engraving on it. The color is this dark red, with the only exception of these white 3 stripes right here, in which it says Revolution in the middle. On the side we have some ad copying of Murphy's Magic. On the other hand it says 2015 Slipstream finish. This black seal right here is a custom tuck seal with the 3 stripes and the big round circle on it. When you hold it into the light properly, you can see that there is this cool engraving on the entire tuck case. This goes all the way around. On the back here it has some very nice detailing on it as well. It has some texting down here, some Roman numerals, MMXV, which stands for 2015. I guess these cards were meant to be produced in 2015, but they didn't come out that year, so that's what that is. And right here on the top it has some text where it says, "Be the change you want to see in the world." And down here we have a very famous quote by Thomas Jefferson: "When injustice becomes law, rebellion becomes duty." This deck is heavily inspired by the theme of rebellion and revolution. That's the name of the cards. So let's look at the cards inside and take them for a test. So I'll take the open deck here already and give you a look at these cards. My first impression when I saw the back design of this deck was, oh, they look like Nox. Well, yeah, every card that is mainly only one color do look like a Nox deck by Alex Pandrea and the Blue Crown, but this is a completely different deck. We have a very dark burgundy red, the same as on the tuck case, with a very small sized poker border, and then we have these 3 lines here in the middle of the card, which does everything for this back design. I really like the Nox and their simplicity, but these 3 lines really sold this back design for me. I think it's so subtle yet so powerful. A very cool back design, and especially when you compare it to what this deck stands for. This is a very original deck. The art director Jason Brombelow and got help from the artist Abraham Garcia, and they tried to pay a tribute or a homage to all the revolutions that have shaped and also will continue to shape the world that we live in. This deck is 100% custom designed, all from these defined simple stripes here to the more intricate and pixel influenced fronts or faces of these cards, which we will take a look at in a minute. So these cards are beautiful. The back design very simple yet very intricate. It looks cool, and let's have a look at the faces of these cards. The faces of these cards are very special. As I said before, they are quite pixel influenced, which means that the numerals are very square. They are almost like these geometrical shapes. I think it looks cool. It's of course very different than what we normally see. Even the placement of the pips are different than on standard decks of cards. We have the 1s and the 2s, the aces and the 2s of course, in their normal shaping, but all in all they are placed more center-like. The 7s do have their middle pip in the middle. The royalties as well do have some very nice features to them. They have these stripes almost looking like light in the background, and in the middle they all have the Revolution deck logo that we see all around this deck. Something very special indeed about this deck are the jokers. It is I just like the way that they have made this theme Revolution about this deck so all around. Even the jokers here, you see this surveillance camera, which on the bottom here it states semi-free. So it's a very satirical take on what society we live in today, and that's a cool idea. The jokers, by the way, are identical, just for the purpose of routines where you will need two identical jokers. The aces in this deck are by far not standard. We've already talked about the pips and so, but something I would like you to notice, which is very visible here on the aces, that all the pips do have a, like on the reds here, they have a black border, and in the middle they have this Revolution logo in a black color. So every pip is designed here especially as well. But the aces are very simple, extremely small pips on the aces, same size as on the other cards. And then we have this very menacing ace of spade. It's an ace with an eye in it. It says semi-free again as on the jokers. We have the Roman numerals here as well, talking about 2015. So this ace of spade is very special. With this deck you get no extra cards, you get no double backers, no blanks or anything, but you do get a great deck. One thing I wanted to mention here is that if you're used to United States Playing Card Company or even the Cardamundi cards, this is a completely different feel. This is printed on their slipstream finish. The Taiwan Playing Card Company do use a very springy and very hard stock. I mean, it takes a lot of force to actually bend the cards, but they have extreme spring in them, which is good for every move where you will need the force of the cards, but you will definitely need some getting used to because this is a very different feel. They do have the finish, which almost looks like a standard air cushion finish, so they're not completely blank like the Knock V3s, I believe, were the ones also printed there. But these cards do feel great. I was very nervous. I'm normally very prone to using the United States Playing Card Company or Cardamundi cards, but these cards do feel great. After a little getting used to, you will be able to use them just like any other deck. And they feel extremely durable as well. So this will be a long-lasting deck for your Magic or cardistry. So, the Revolution playing cards by Murphy's Magic. Beautifully illustrated deck with a all-around theme about revolution, rebellion, with a great feel to it. As I mentioned, a bit different than what you normally know from the cards that you probably have in your collection, but definitely worth a try. Get yours on Pegani now, and I hope you will join me next time for another Pegani deck review.